Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing a 50 questions about me, for me video, whatever it is I might title this. Normally people will do 50 questions, answering the internet's burning questions, all that good stuff, and their subscribers ask them questions for them to answer on camera. Instead, I asked my friends to send me some questions for me to answer on camera, and got some really random questions, but I love them so much. So I figured today I'd sit down, answer these. Maybe it's a way for you to get to know me a little better. Maybe not. Without further ado, let's jump into it. I'm also going to be reading these from my phone. It's a lot of questions. So some of these are gonna be super short answers. Some of them I'll probably ramble on for a bit, but let's hope I make this a little speedy. So the first question is, what's your sign? I'm an Aries. The second question would be, when is your birthday? My birthday is March 24th, 1995. I am 25 years old. Where did you grow up? I grew up in Sterling, Illinois. Do you have any siblings? I do. I have an older brother. His name is Justin. You might see him in a couple videos. He also has his own YouTube channel as well. He is a plant-based chef here in Sterling, and he cooks such great food. He runs the restaurant side of the studio that my mom owns. And it's amazing. He posts videos of him cooking the dishes on our menu and breaking it down. He's very informative, very like to the point, short and sweet, but that's kind of what I love about recipes. You know, when you go to look up a recipe and it's just like paragraph and paragraph of stories, I just want the recipe, and that's what he gives you, and it's perfect. Highly recommend checking him out. I'll link him down below. Who is Luna? Luna is my dog. She is a miniature pinscher Dachshund mix. She's 5 years old. I adopted her 3 years ago, and she is truly one of the best decisions I've ever made in my life. Did you play any sports growing up? I did. I dabbled in a lot of different sports. I remember playing basketball for a season and really hating it, but my parents wouldn't let me quit. Since I started the season, I had to finish the season, which in the long run, I'm happy they did that. I feel like that's a good life lesson. But I played soccer a bit in high school too. I really enjoyed that. My uncle was the coach, so that was a lot of fun. I wasn't too great at it, but I still had a good time. And outside of that, I danced. I've danced my whole life. I started when I was 3, and that really took up a lot of time. And I'm very grateful to my parents for allowing me to pursue dance in the way that I wanted to. Growing up in a tiny town, we don't have too many options. The dance companies here are fantastic, but I'd always wanted to be a part of a bigger company. So I danced for a ballet company in Naperville at the end of middle school, going into high school. And then I transitioned over to a different dance company in Plainfield for the last year or two of high school for me. And then I graduated and went to college, and then I danced on the dance team there. But Plainfield and Naperville are both about a 2-hour drive away from here. So that was definitely a majority of my time was in the car driving to and from in classes. And before I could drive, my mom drove me, and that was a really special time for us, being locked in the car together for 4 hours, 3 days a week. It was a really good bonding experience for us. How would you sum up adulthood so far? This year doesn't really reflect that very well, but I feel like adulthood so far is earning more money, spending more money, drinking wine any time of the day, and navigating what to do with the full responsibility of your life and your choices. That sounds pretty deep, but it's like the freedom to choose what it is you want to do. And you know, like in school or when you're younger, your parents are kind of looking out after you, or like your teachers, you have responsibilities that you need to fulfill in order to get a degree. But now, I mean, you can really kind of do whatever the hell you want with your life, and with that comes a lot of responsibility. All right, my dad actually just texted me a question. My question is the age-old question: Ford versus Chevy. Chevy, all the way. Never Ford. I was raised that way. I will remain that way. And I mean, that's about it. How would you describe your style? I'm in sweatpants right now, and this is the first time in maybe 2 months that I've put on an actual bra, not a sports bra. And honestly, I wish I could say that that's just pandemic, but it really is not. That's kind of me all the time. My style has definitely, got some thoughts about this, put down the phone. My style has definitely evolved. I feel like I'm settling into my style much more now. When I went to college, I really didn't know exactly who I was, and everything was fun and exciting, and I would be like buying all these trendy clothes, and like everyone was going out to the bar in like high-waisted shorts and crop tops, so I bought high-waisted shorts and crop tops, and I kind of hated wearing them. I now don't care about those things as much. Well, not even care about them. Like, I still want to be fashionable and I want to look good, but I'm more thinking about what it is that I'm interested in instead of looking at what everyone else is doing. That being said, my style does not differ from what everyone else is doing that much. I think that's also because the style has heavily shifted towards more loungewear or just more neutral tones, which is where I live. I'm not a big color person. I'm not a pattern person. Just plain colors. The majority of my wardrobe is black, white. I mix in some olive green and like light pink because I like those colors on me, but other than that, not too much is happening color-wise. What side of the bed do you sleep on? I sleep on the right side of the bed. How many pillows do you sleep on? 1/none. I sleep with one pillow, but then by the end of the night, I'm usually sleeping below my pillow. I don't use it very often. Christmas versus Thanksgiving. I don't know. Probably say Christmas, but I do hate winter. Not a fan. Peppermint mocha versus pumpkin spice latte. Neither. Or no, I'm not a big pumpkin spice person. I'm not a big pumpkin pie person. And then same thing to peppermint mocha. I love like York peppermint patties. I love peppermint and chocolate together. But when it comes to a beverage, I just kind of want my coffee or my tea. Cocktails or wine or beer. Wine definitely trumps all. I do love a good cocktail, but I find myself reaching to open a bottle of wine before I do find myself making a cocktail. Plus, my mom has gotten me hooked on organic wine. I feel like the most bougie bitch, but I really don't think I can have wine anymore unless it's organic. You can drink as much of this wine as you want and you don't get nearly as intoxicated, and you wake up with zero hangover. At least I do personally. And a lot of my friends who drink organic wine with me, we all say the same thing. Like, it's amazing how much you can drink without feeling just shitty during drinking and shitty after. You feel completely fine. It's magical. Wine over cocktails and cocktails over beer, and organic wine overall. Are you superstitious? I don't think so. I don't think I am. Do you believe in ghosts? I don't believe in ghosts, but I am scared of everything. Every time I turn a corner, I'm half expecting there to be like someone just standing there. And it's not anyone that I know of. It's usually just like a murderer, like general killer of sorts. I always think that's gonna happen. I look out a window at night and I'm, again, half expecting someone to just be standing out there. But again, I don't think that they're ghosts. I just assume that it's a murderer. I'm very paranoid. I'm a very skittish person. Would you rather fly or be invisible? I would rather fly. Night owl versus early bird. I can be both. I'm trying to be an early bird. 7:30 is as early as it gets. I could sleep all day though. If I have the opportunity to sleep in and I know I'm not doing anything that day, I will gladly lounge in bed all day long. And I do like staying up late when I have the energy to, but most times I don't have the energy. What are your thoughts on Elon Musk? I do think that he has the maturity of a 5th grader, but that's not a diss. I'm not much more mature myself, so I find that very entertaining. I still don't know how to say his kid's name, and I'm pretty sure no one else does either. I feel like I like bring that up and I'm like, yeah, but like, how do you even say their kid's name? And like, everyone's like, oh yeah, and I'm like, cool. I've definitely never heard it pronounced before, so I don't know, I guess that really sums up my thoughts on Elon Musk. Super deep, super intelligible. What are your tattoos? I have 4 tattoos. I have a light bulb on my finger, which you'll likely see a lot because I do this a lot, and that's why I got it, because got a good idea, bright idea, and I was just always doing this. I have a moon on the back of my arm, which is for Luna. I have 2 ginkgo leaves on my ribs. I have a quote on my spine. It says, being deeply loved by someone gives you strength, ... And then my mom on her spine says, while loving someone deeply gives you courage. That was my first tattoo. What is your favorite kitchen appliance? You guys, I really don't know. I feel like it would just be a mixer, which is pretty standard, I feel, but hand mixing things is a bitch, you guys. It's exhausting. You ever like feel like I go to mix something by hand because I'm like, oh, it's just like a super small little batch of something, I'll just whip that up. No, my little wrist can't handle it. I'm exhausted by the end of it, and I just so I guess a mixer. Super salad, soup, definitely. What Harry Potter house are you? To be honest, I don't know. Let me actually take a test real quick. All right, guys, it's pretty across the board here. But it says I'm 39% Gryffindor, 29% Hufflepuff, 17% Ravenclaw, and 15% Slytherin. It says you have all the loyalty of a Hufflepuff, but your affinity for Gryffindor assures that your loyalty is fierce. You would do almost anything for your loved ones, even if it has a negative effect on you personally. This means that your friends and family members often come to you when in need, but it is also important to remember to spend time taking care of yourself. You wear your heart on your sleeve and impulsively act on your emotions without the fear of consequence. What would your Patronus be? I feel like my Patronus would be an otter. Otters are a bit playful and caring, and I like to hold hands while I sleep, so so that's probably exactly what my Patronus would be, because that's how you decipher a Patronus. What condiments do you put on your sandwiches? Mayo, mustard, lettuce, tomato. I used to not be a mustard fan until I started putting it on my sandwiches at Potbelly in college, and I was like, God damn, I have been missing out on this mustard life. Fall Out Boy or Panic at the Disco? Fall Out Boy all day long. I don't hate Panic at the Disco, but Fall Out Boy has such a special place in my heart. Tater tots or fries? Tater tots all day. There's no comparison. Did you go through an emo phase? Yeah, I definitely did. I wore a lot of eyeliner. I used to wear olive green eyeliner, and I had like the studded belt. And there was also that period of time when Avril Lavigne was really popular, and I definitely had a skinny tie that I would wear. I also had like the swoop bangs. I would dye my hair purple or pink or blue. It was a great emotional time. It's just I was just misunderstood, you know? Top movie recommendations. It's a hard one because I really love movies. My family really likes movies. We watch them all the time. We have a very large DVD collection. The original Van Wilder with Ryan Reynolds is a classic. It is just like stupid funny. My family watches it almost every single road trip we take. It is not appropriate for children, but still pretty fucking awesome. So I highly recommend that one. Call Me By Your Name is a more recent one, but I absolutely love it. It's so dreamy the way that it's shot, and I feel that the entire cast and both the actors just did such an amazing job. As the years have gone by, I've become more interested in the movie making process of it. Like, I still enjoy a movie. I love sitting down and watching it, but I find myself thinking about like, wow, the actor's doing a really fantastic job here, or wow, that was beautifully shot, or I really like the way that I really like the angle in which they were portraying this. I don't know why that started happening, but I really love it. So Van Wilder, Call Me By Your Name, The Holiday. I could watch that movie over and over again. It's such a good movie. I'm a sucker for a good romantic comedy. Kate Winslet, Jude Law, Cameron Diaz, Jack Black. I mean, come on. So good, so good. Such a good movie. Do you hit snooze? Yes, I hit snooze twice this morning. What is your favorite breakfast cereal? I don't really eat cereal anymore, but when I did, Reese's Puffs was my go-to sugary cereal. Do you consider cereal a soup? No. I don't know by definition what a soup is, because it doesn't need to be hot. There's gazpachos, cold soups, which I'm also not really a fan of. But I don't know. I want to say no. My gut just tells me no, cereal's not a soup. And I'm just gonna leave it at that. I'm not gonna look into it too much. If you had to give up either chocolate or cheese, which would you give up? I would give up chocolate, easily. Cheese is just something where even if I was lactose intolerant, I feel like I would probably still eat cheese. Favorite Disney movie? Hercules is my favorite all-time Disney movie. It's my most watched. I will always watch it. Like, it's such a good one. I really love it. And then my other one is Lilo and Stitch. Ultimate comfort food, probably chili. My dad makes really good chili, and it's something that I look forward to when it gets to be colder, and it's just something that is very comforting to me for nostalgia purposes, and it tastes great. What is my hangover cure? So over the past year or two, I've created this hangover cure. It's very simple, but it is the only thing that works for me Tried and true, miso soup and sushi rice is my go-to hangover cure. My favorite season is like right in between spring and summer. The beginning of spring is pretty muddy and it's a bit gross still. Summer gets to be a bit too hot. I really like the time in between where you start gardening, you can be outside without the bugs absolutely murdering you. It's just nice. My favorite animal is a sea turtle. The next vacation that I want to take, I would really like to do some type of road trip. I want to take Luna with me. That's something that we have never traveled together. She's a very nervous dog, so I know putting her on a plane would probably be the worst thing I could do for her. Even car rides make her a little bit anxious, but there's sometimes when she sleeps in the car, sometimes when she's just kind of panicking the whole time. So I'd like to be able to take her on a road trip, figuring out the logistics on the best way to transport her without her having a panic attack for 7 hours of driving. But I'd love to take a road trip somewhere. I feel like there's a lot of the Midwest that I just haven't really explored. I want to go up to the Upper Peninsula of Michigan, explore just Michigan in general, the northern parts of Wisconsin, Minnesota, just kind of all those places. I'd like to travel around, visit some state parks. When you were younger, what did you want to be when you grew up? I wanted to be a doctor for a very long time. I wanted to be an orthopedic surgeon. Before that, like when I was really young, I probably wanted to be a professional dancer. Who didn't want to be? What's your least favorite color? I don't know if I don't know if there's a color that I just really don't like. It'd probably be orange. I don't know, it just doesn't really do anything for me. If you could have any superpower, what would it be? I would love to be able to immediately pop up somewhere else. I would like to be able to jump from place to place very quickly. Winter Olympics or Summer Olympics? Summer Olympics. What instrument do you wish you could play? I wish that I could play the piano. If you could only eat one cuisine for the rest of your life, what would it be? I don't mean to overly group, but definitely Asian cuisine. I love my Filipino food, I love my Thai food, I love my Chinese food. I love it all. What is your birth flower? I actually don't know. Let me look it up. My birth flower is a daffodil. It represents new beginnings, vanity, good luck, prosperity, and faithfulness. So that's nice. Daffodil. I didn't even know that. How would your friends describe you if they could in one word? Talkative. All right, this is the last question. What is your favorite plant? So set down the phone for a super long answer. My favorite flowers are sweet peas and my favorite plant would be eucalyptus, specifically silver dollar eucalyptus. I go back and forth between silver dollar and baby blue. All right, guys, that's it. That's 50 questions. I would say it was over in a jiffy, but I definitely answered a few of those questions too long-winded for what they needed to be. Let me know your movie recommendations down below. Love watching movies, especially now that it's gonna get colder. It's hibernation time. It is movies all day long. If you made it this far, thank you for watching. Again, I'm doing Vlogtober this month. I'm uploading a video every single day of October and working out each day. So don't forget to subscribe if you want to tag along for that journey. I'm pretty sure that's it. Thanks again for watching, guys, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.